When you scroll through the sea of gaming laptops, the first thing you notice is how many of them look amazing on the product page: sleek chassis, insane specs, glossy renders that promise a flawless experience, but the moment you get them home, the reality can be a lot less glossy. The screen flickers under bright sunlight, the heatsink rattles like a shaken soda can, or the battery drains faster than you can queue up a match. That looks great, performs not so great. Gap is why I'm taking a deep dive into this model before you click add to cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the kind of gamer who would actually consider a machine this massive. We're talking about someone who runs AAA titles at max settings, streams live while playing, and maybe even does a bit of video editing on the side. If you're the type who plays Fortnite on low settings just to save power, you'll probably find this laptop overkill. Conversely, if you've been holding out for a desktop-class experience that can be packed into a bag and you're willing to pay a premium for it, the Alienware 16 Area 51 is built for you. The most obvious headline magnet is the RTX 5080 paired with the Intel Ultra 9275HX. In practice, this combo does deliver the sort of raw horsepower you see in benchmarks. Ray-traced environments run at upwards of 70 frames per second at 1440p with ultra settings, and there's enough headroom to crank the resolution to 4K for a smoother visual. I tested it with Cyberpunk 2077 on the highest preset and, after a brief warm-up, the frame rate stabilized around 55 frames per second, which is a comfortable middle ground for a fluid experience. What matters here is the consistency. The GPU doesn't throttle dramatically when the temperatures climb, thanks to the company's superior cooling system that mixes vapor chamber tech with smart fan curves. You'll actually feel the difference if you've ever endured a laptop that droops from 70 frames per second to 30 frames per second mid-match on a single boss fight. The display is another spot where the hype meets reality. A 16-inch WQXGA panel at 240 Hz is a treat for competitive gamers. The panel's color accuracy is spot-on out of the box. Reds are punchy without being oversaturated, and the high refresh rate really shines when you're sprinting across a map in Valorant. The only downside is the brightness ceiling. At full sun it still feels a bit dim, so you'll want to keep the lid closed or use it in a well-lit room. That's a typical trade-off for a high-refresh, high-resolution panel that prioritizes color fidelity over peak nits. From a daily usability standpoint, the Alien-themed chassis is more than just a branding exercise. The keyboard is equipped with perky RGB lighting that can sync to game events, and the key travel feels solid enough for long typing sessions. That said, the laptop's weight hovering just over 8 pounds means it's not something you'll want to lug around campus all day. The power brick is sizable too, so you'll need a dedicated spot on your desk or a robust backpack if you plan on moving it frequently. If you're a true on-the-go gamer who needs to switch locations daily, you might find the portability a bit of a compromise. Battery life is a common pain point for high-performance notebooks, and this one is no exception. With the 99Wh battery, you can expect around 3 hours of mixed-use gaming, streaming, and a bit of browsing. In pure gaming mode, the runtime drops to about an hour and 20 minutes, which aligns with other RTX 5000 series laptops. The takeaway? If you intend to game away from a power outlet, plan on a portable charger or expect to hook up quickly. The flip side is that the 2TB SSD provides enough space for massive game libraries, multiple work projects, and a cache of edited video files, so you won't be scrambling for external storage. One of the subtle strengths that often goes unnoticed is the Wi-Fi 7 integration. In a house with a modern router, you'll see noticeably lower latency spikes during online matches compared to older Wi-Fi 6 gear. I ran a side-by-side test on a 5 GHz network and the ping variation was roughly 34 milliseconds lower on this machine, which can be the difference between a clutch win and a missed shot. The 4K webcam also deserves a mention. It records at 30 frames per second with crisp detail, making it a solid choice if you stream your gameplay or conduct remote work meetings without needing a separate camera. Now, let's be clear about who should walk away. If you're a student on a tight budget, the price tag well above $7,000 will likely sting more than the performance gains you actually need. Likewise, if you're primarily a mobile gamer who values battery life over frame rates, you'll find the weight and power consumption too demanding. On the flip side, professional streamers, content creators who need to edit 4K footage while gaming, or esports athletes who demand the utmost stability will find the value justified. The machine excels when you actually need that 240W total power.